really at the heart of what Mid-Continent Public Library always was about, if you go back to 1965, it was the idea that we wanted to have libraries where the people were.
It's all about access. A lot of people have been speculating with all the digital products that are available, whether or not libraries are really relevant anymore. And I would say it is, because what libraries are not just about physical books. It's really about access to the world. Yes, it is available everywhere, but it's available at a price, it's available in a controlled manner, and it's available in tiers. What the library does is really level that out. If you have a library card, you can access the world.
What's happened now is through using data and using licensed online content, this whole idea that it's really one big library with lots of different ways to access information. That was the vision in 1965, and I think we finally met that vision in 2015.
Mid-Continent Public Library serves 785,000 people in 3 counties. We're in Jackson, Clay, and Platte counties. We have 31 branches now with the new Woodneath. We have the largest freestanding genealogical library in the country. And from story time to programs for all ages, to programs for teens, adults, as well as seniors, we try to cover all the age groups that we serve.
He wasn't a young person. He was old.
The library begins for me with a small child and a board book on his mother's lap. You get that child into that position, that child can read, learn how to get information, that child will be successful, because it's not just giving him something, it's providing him the tools, him or her, with the tools to be successful in anything they want to do, regardless of what their income is. And that, for me, is what the library is all about.
In 2008, we opened the Midwest Genealogy Center. It's 52,000 square feet, which makes it the largest public genealogy library in the United States. The idea of having this really huge genealogy collection and letting people connect to who they are through where their family's been is something that's really important for people. Special mission number 2 is found centered at our North Independence branch, and it's some of our reference and business, small business outreach services. It doesn't matter what the economy is, people are always wanting to start small businesses. If you talk to any entrepreneur or any small business owner, they'll tell you it's really, really hard to get these things off the ground. And in fact, for the most part, most of them fail initially. And one of the reasons that they fail is that they don't have the homework and they don't have the background, and they don't have all of that sort of information that they need.
There was a movement to get specialists in the library, adding another level of education in the system, and the business specialist came out of that. So I am a totally new kind of librarian. I go into businesses, they don't come to us. Small business owners don't have time.
I need mentor, I need someone to advise me. Not like Morgan do everything for me, but at least she's point me to the right direction and I should do this and that, and I go do it, and then she review it and she gave me some advice and she gave me some idea. She's helped me set up account Facebook for business, and she said this is how you post it, this is how you do comment, you know, and then after that I do on my own, and learning a little bit at a time because I'm so old-fashioned.
This was a woman that was getting up at 5:30 in the morning, putting some hot sauce in the back of her car, and driving from grocery store to grocery store to grocery store. We shortened that search for her. We helped her identify exactly who she needed to talk to. And not just for Marisa, there are lots of people out there, home-based businesses need it. They're all business owners, they all need help. And it's all free.
Our third special mission is found at Woodneath, at the Woodneath Library Center. And that special mission is around storytelling. Our traditional mission has always been around literacy, but we can approach this in a more holistic way. That it's not just reading, but it's also writing, it's articulating ideas, it's sharing ideas, it's making people understand what you're saying, but appreciating what they're saying. All of those sorts of things are part of literacy.
Stories are containers for ideas, and people are losing the ability to package those ideas and get them out there effectively. We want people to tell their story, whether that is a memoir, a family cookbook, something that comes out of their genealogy resource, or maybe the next great American novel. That would be awesome. But we also want to have people who are interested in performing and telling folklore or personal stories like you hear on StoryCorps every Friday. And then, of course, the world of digital, which is just as huge as anything ever was. So that's what the Story Center can be. And the way we're trying to get there is mostly through programming. We have great workshops on every subject you could imagine.
The thing that we've discovered is that the writing process and the telling the story process is a very useful process for people and a very great skill. But honestly, it's most impactful if at the back end you actually have something. In the end, you have something in your hands that you can hold, and this is your story.
The book machine itself is a really, really awesome resource for the community to have, for everyone who wants to tell their own story. But we're not just about the book machine. It's one resource, it's one tool in this whole program of the Story Center. It's about fostering those writers from the beginning of their process all the way through, from development to sharing, and then bringing them back in to help others, to help the community of storytellers.
That really kind of increased my motivation because I knew I didn't have to find a publisher that could take forever and I could have a tangible book in my hand. And, you know, it was just one of those times when the first book came out and was able to hold that in my hand that it was so exciting. And then there were some people that were kind of passing through and they were looking at the machine. I was able to kind of pass that out.
Well, we've become a lot more strategic lately, and the idea that we're really focusing on primary missions, that we're trying to make sure that all the children in the district are reading at grade level by grade 3, and that people have the information and the materials to stimulate their imagination, and that we've got great services for people for health, wealth, and that we're engaging in civic engagement, which I think is really important. That we are working on this whole idea of people being able to create content and welcoming outdoor spaces as well as high-speed internet, and then of course our genealogy center. So those are our big focal points, and we kind of have a way that we can determine which projects are we going to do now and which projects are we maybe going to have to partner with someone in order to make that work. The thing that's significant about the 50-year anniversary is we need to celebrate the fact that we started off in little storefronts and we've become a nationally recognized library system. That last year in 2014, with the winning of the national medal, it said that we were one of the 5 best libraries in the United States. So to go from nothing to one of the 5 best libraries in the United States in 49 years. That is worth celebrating. But I'm going to tell you this, that we are going to continue to engage our public, to try to figure out how we can be nimble and to react to what people want, and ideally to move in a way where we can be there before the people even know that that's where they're wanting to go. We're going to find new ways to cooperate and collaborate, and I really can't wait to celebrate the 60th anniversary because I think it's going to be a really, really exciting decade.